Welcome to the RAM Live Recap. Today we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest RAM mounting options for assistive technology and accessibility.
Join our product experts, Ashley and Rick, as they showcase the latest and greatest that RAM mounts and GDS tech have to offer. Now let's get started.
So first we're going to summarize the key products that we've made for wheelchair mounting in the recent years, where we have this wheelchair track base that comes with specific track mounting hardware that will connect onto any wheelchair's armrest or seat track system. And then this will connect with the RAM ball and socket technology, where you can angle your phone or tablet or any other device in the perfect viewing and operating angle connected to the wheelchair. Now, if you're mounting onto a seat track, it's better to use the larger C-size ball and socket system because the leverage coming off of the seat track would require more strength. And so you'd use the larger ball here. And as you can see, having this connected, this breaks out into a pipe to ball and socket system to hold virtually any other device, such as this tablet holder here. But all of the mounts still adapt back to the smaller B-size ball and socket system, which is great because it's truly modular. You can put any ball and socket system, whether it's your phone, X-Grip system, or any tablet system. Everything is interchangeable, so you can build any custom wheelchair mount. So these mounts do a very great job of putting your device at the perfect viewing and operating angle and are made of very durable components and are all backed by a lifetime warranty. However, one downside is that many people are wanting to make temporary adjustments, maybe swivel it out of the way, need to temporarily remove and put it back on. Now the mounts will let you put it in the right position, but it does take a minute or so to get it in that right angle. More often than not, the mounts are really meant to kind of keep your phone or device in the right position at all times. But because there is the need to quickly swivel, we now have this new base that we're proud to announce, which is the RAM wheelchair base with quick release and swivel feature. So first we're going to show you how this installs onto the armrest. So imagine this is the track system that's underneath your armrest. You simply feed the T nuts through the track, and many armrests out there have two tracks, so you can just slide them onto both of the tracks. Then tighten down on the screws. Once that's tightened down, the install is that simple. So now instead of a ball, what we have is what's called the RAM Adapt-A-Post system. This is a post and spline system with a button that quickly releases the post. And as you can see now, instead of having the wheelchair track base down here, we have a ball with a post that just drops right in, and it's that simple. So you can pre-assemble everything on here, or you can make your one-time adjustment with the ball and socket system to put your device at the right angle. But now with this new base, you have two new options for quick adjustments. You have the button on the side that lets you remove the entire system. So if someone needs to get in and out of the chair for a brief moment, you can just put the mount right back in. Everything is in the same orientation, so you don't have to reconfigure the angle of the device, which is a great feature, great time saver. And then also on the bottom, you have a knob where you can loosen this, and you have the ability to swivel the entire mount out of the way. Swivel the mount right back, and you don't even need to do anything else. You put your device right in the perfect viewing angle. So before we mentioned a smaller and a larger type of a ball base for connecting between the armrest and the seat track. What's great about this is that this is truly universal in that you can use the same base for both the armrest or seat track options. So imagine you have the seat track along the side near the seat area, and then you can take this longer flex rod system that adapts back onto that post, and this whole thing will drop right in, and then you have the ability to swivel the mount around. So you have a good amount of length and extension coming up. So if you're coming from a lower position on the seat track, you can put the device in the perfect position, whether it's your phone or your tablet, and you have the same quick release and swivel features. So as you can see, the flex rod down here is a little bit loosened so that you can swivel this in and out, and then you have the button on the side where you can take this out and drop it back in without adjusting any of the other components. And this is also a great way if someone wants to sometimes use their phone and then switch to the tablet solution. Without having to adjust any ball and socket components, they can take out the tablet mount and then switch right back to their phone mount and then make their adjustments there if needed. So what's really great about this quick release and swivel feature is that it's not just built for the wheelchair user, but also for the caregiver, in that it's a very intuitive system. Whoever is making the adjustment for the user does not have to learn the intricacies of the mounting system in order to know how to make your quick adjustments. It's as simple as just putting the mount right in, and it's immediately in the right position. So a user may have multiple caregivers throughout the day or throughout a week, and it's just as easy for everyone, even if they're not familiar with the RAM mount system. So a great thing about having this type of interchangeable system is that you may want to have different mounting configurations for different use cases. So for example, you may be using your iPad as a touch screen throughout the day, maybe for work-related purposes. And so you may want the tablet to be closer to the armrest so it's easier to use the touchscreen possibly. But then also, you might want to switch to an alternate mount without having to mess with any other components. You can just put this longer extension on here, and then you have more of a movie mode is what I like to call it, so you can view your movies and videos in a more comfortable position without necessarily looking down. So depending on the use of the tablet, multiple uses may require multiple mounting configurations, but they can all be pre-built and pre-assembled so that you can quickly switch from one solution to another. So for any wheelchairs out there that don't have track systems, it's also great to know about the RAM Tough Claw system. This is a type of mounting application that will clamp to any rails or bars that are exposed on a wheelchair, commonly coming off of the bottom of an armrest, or sometimes the seat rail or leg rail options are good mounting points. So if it is an armrest rail, you can use this double ball mount with a claw system for simply any device such as a phone or tablet. Or if it is lower down, you can use this type of a tough claw system that adapts onto this 18-inch flex rod, similar to the other flex rods we were looking at. And then you can have this other device here, such as the smaller X grip for iPad minis or other 8-inch tablets. Now, as far as different device holders, we've been looking at various X grips for your phones, your tablets, your small tablets. You can also support your cup holders, your cameras, any kind of a device. We have a wide range of different universal holders to choose from. On our website, there is the Build a Mount section. So our mount builder lets you configure any device to any location on your wheelchair. So we've made it very easy to build any custom wheelchair mounting system. So in the live episode, we had an interview with Celina and Jen with Harborview Medical Center. They're part of the occupational therapy team there. They work with many different people with various needs, people in wheelchairs, different accessibility needs out there. They also have a very nice tech lab that integrates our mounting solutions, both in their lab and also for the different patients that they work with. And so here are some highlights that we had from that interview.
Yeah, but we also, for OTs, we try to be creative using your mounting system. Like, for example, in ADLs like grooming, for example, a hair dryer, that could be something that they can attach on their counter, not just on the wheelchair, but I could, there's like really strong, like,
Like the
the
flex rods,
the
maybe?
flip,
Like
the
the
flex
flex
rod.
rod, yep.
Yeah, so that is really good to hold things up.
Yeah, the flex rod's really good for, if you can't use a traditional computer mouse, then there are computer mice that you can use with your lips and your mouth, basically, to drive your computer. And the flex rod is really nice to attach that to at the end. One of the cool things too, I think about RAM in general is, like you said, some people do it piece by piece, right? You have like the kit option, but also, like, I know in our house we've gotten really creative in how we use RAM mounts. So for instance, we have I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like a little spatula, and I can't remember what it's traditionally used
Yeah,
for, but we
I don't have it
what
here.
is
I
that
know what you're talking
called?
about though.
Yeah, but we have it clamped to the counter, and we use it to like put medication on, or a snack. So somebody could just roll up in their wheelchair. If they don't have hand function, they could just grab a snack from it. Same thing with like a cup holder. Traditionally, I think a cup holder would be used like in your big truck, but we have one clamped to the counter so that you could roll up to it in your wheelchair and take a sip of water throughout the day as needed, right?
Yep.
So we've kind of gotten creative in how we've pieced those together to use them for different things that you'd need on a day-to-day basis if you can't access that yourself.
Like, for me, I would use even just the basic like RAM mounts that would hold the phone to attach to the armrest of the power wheelchair. That's the most common. I feel like I've been recommending to my patients, either that or for their tablet. So those are the two most common one, because
Yeah.
they have to socialize, and for emergency call like 911, they need to have something to hold on to their phone.
And our next question is from Kristen, and she is asking, I'm a caregiver and I'm looking for a way to mount snacks around my patient's home so they have the freedom to feed themselves whenever they would like. So do you have any mounts that you would recommend for that?
Celina, feel free to take this one if you like. I know you might be familiar with this one.
I still can't remember what that little spatula is called off the top of my head. I want to say it's like a base plate actually that we're using. Rick, I don't remember if you know
Yeah,
what.
actually that's a plate that's traditionally used for aviation. It's kind of an angle plate that offsets the device, but if just remember the number 125. If you search 125 on our website, you'll see that plate. It's
Yeah.
basically a square-shaped plate that angles, and then you have the ball at the end. It's a good way of having a plate that's kind of offset from a double ball mount.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just as Celina said, works kind of like a spatula where you can
Yeah.
put things on there.
We just clamp it onto a counter, and then we can stack snacks on it or medications or whatever's needed.
Thank you for joining the RAM Live Recap. Be sure to join us every other Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, where we answer your questions and we have a product giveaway and we cover a wide range of topics. And so we hope to see you later. Thank you.